Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. Yes, sir. We are definitely back. Welcome to Basketball Heads. No. Welcome to High School Basketball Weekly. You know how to get y'all like that. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, with my guy,
Brian Reichert.
and oh boy, we got another goodie for y'all. So y'all sit back, enjoy the show. Let's keep it nice, man. Let's keep it nice. All right. Today, joining us, we got another New York City legendary coach. Well, by the time he finishes up, he's definitely going to be legendary in this game, man. He's done a lot of things. We're going to clear the air on a lot of things as well. Thomas Jefferson High School head coach. Some know him as Bud. Some know him as Big Dog. We're going to call him head coach Lawrence Pollard is in the building. So y'all
Let's
sit
go,
back.
coach.
Let's go, baby.
Major.
Ready to rock. What's going on, Coach?
Man, Pooh, I am fired up for this one. We got a legend, and I cannot wait to get right into it, man.
We want to pop things off very quick. We got them all. We got them all in the building right now on IG. What up to everybody on IG? What's up to everybody on Facebook? And of course, YouTube. Y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and share the content.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's been a lot going on in New York City past week. I was telling Coach today, I said, man, this all what's going on, this could be like a 30 for 30 ESPN joint.
Seriously, man. And it would be a very watched episode, I'll tell you that.
That's right. So, listen, without further ado, let's bring in our guest tonight, Coach Pollard. All right. What up, Coach?
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
What's going on, handsome? What's going on, man?
Ain't that much, man.
Good. Listen, I just want to start off, man, and we're gonna go over a few things right off the bat. You know, you were scheduled to come on last week, right?
Yeah, man. Through the circumstances beyond my control, man. I needed a week to reset before I get back on here.
Yeah, man. You guys is, still fighting for the right to make sure that you guys can compete in the playoffs and everything of that nature. And it's only right. And I think as a professional, it's good that you gave yourself some time to make sure you got it right. Bring the phone down just a little bit so people ain't looking all up your nose and stuff like that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I want to make sure there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect right there.
Yeah, I was trying to do this computer, man, with this laptop camera not working right.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good, man. So I just want to jump right into it, man. Like, you've been in this game for a lot of years, man, and now you have the job of again to coach another young team, right? You guys had a few veterans last year, but your basic core was a young group, and you guys got to the city championship. What's your approach with these young guys this year, knowing that y'all have a lot of obstacles in your way?
Well, we just approach the season like we got a chance, and our hand is just as good as any. And we got a chance to do something special with this group to get maybe probably back-to-back, three-peat. You know what I'm saying? Our hand is just as good as any. So we're trying to get this first one this year. Hopefully we can roll 2 or 3 in a row.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about the defensive style that your program plays with? Because it's almost second to none in the PSAL and New York City, Long Island, and really upstate. The way you guys defend and trap and use the whole court to play defense. Can you talk about that kind of defensive standard that you guys kind of set with your program?
Oh, we just, we usually have a lot of talent. So the way to get guys in, get up and down. But we just like to, play under pressure, like guys play under pressure for 32 minutes. We don't want we don't want other players to take a minute off. So we try to condition our guys mentally and physically, to play 32 minutes of basketball and put the other team through hell, put them through it and make them earn it, when they leave that game, make them feel and look like they was in a fight, so if they're going to beat us, they got to earn it, and we don't want to take a second off. We want to make them, we want to make them see if they can win it in the fourth quarter at the end of the game, That's kind of the mindset and how we prepare the guys.
Yeah, I had a chance to visit you guys a few times during the preseason, in that illustrious weight room that you guys have, and you guys definitely make sure that all the guys are conditioned, but also in the weight room. And Connor walked past me last game, and I was like, "Yo, you looking kind of aki, man!" Like, and I could tell that weight room and the conditioning that you put your guys through is paying off.
Connor's just eating a lot, man. He ain't putting no work in, man. But Connor been putting a lot of work in, man. He came a long way, becoming a better practice player. I think this year he showed his maturity as his junior year, as accepting practice as preparation and not punishment. I think young kids sometimes think practice is punishment when you ask them to run, lift, work, and why we got to do this and the game this, and want the games to be easier than practice. And sometimes the young kids think it's punishment when you're making them run, you're making them work. No, it's preparing you to punish the other team. That's the whole objective. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of put them through it. So the other team, you line up against them, you got to look them in the face. Say, I know this guy ain't put that work in. Go for 32 minutes of hell like me. He ain't ready for this. So we try to instill that into the kids, and that's in the form of defense and getting up and down, getting at the guys.
Coach, it's funny. I was going to ask you about Connor, but another player I want to ask you about. Could you talk about the impact that Naquan Morris has had on your team and the type of player he is? Because I think he's one of the best shooters in New York City and probably in his class. And, a lot of people don't know about him. So can you kind of give him some flowers, tell him the kind of importance he has to this team a little bit?
He stepped up big time this year. He came in after the JV season last year, and he stepped on that Barkley floor, so he got a taste of it. We moved him up, after the season, and he's been consistent. He's been one of our most consistent players. If you look at the stat line, he's getting 15 a game, 7, 8 rebounds, playing a lot of minutes. So he'll be ready for the playoff. And like him and the rest of the team, these guys getting a lot of quality minutes and good games and good competition. And, we don't have a senior on the team. So the future looks bright, and we still got it. We in the playoffs. We earned the right to get in there, so we got in there, despite a few hiccups, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, in the beginning of the year, because I want to go back a little bit, right? You guys had lost 2 key players in the beginning of the year, with one returning back before the season started and the other one coming back a few weeks ago. What does that tell you about your program? Why kids want to return back home?
I mean, sometimes it's good that guys, think that people think the grass is greener, and then go somewhere else and see how the other people live, and then sometimes they come back and appreciate, what they had a lot more than they do while they actually there. But I don't know for sure if those guys really, really wanted to leave. I think maybe their parents or their advisors thought that would be better for them to leave, but for whatever reason it didn't work out over there. When they left, I never had an issue with them. What I'm saying? Leaving, that's something they want to do. We was moving forward with the guys we had, but they came back and we welcome them back with open arms, you know?
Yeah, it's the right mentality, especially, I know you have a ton of love for those two kids, especially. Another kid who's really caught my eye, coach, and almost seems like he's got a lot of heart and soul in the team, and he's definitely a big glue guy, is Trevor Lewis. And the points may not be there, but every time I see him play, he looks like he's given it every single thing he's got on the court when he's out there. And he's just a pleasure to watch, coach. So another kid that I really like for Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, now Trevor's been around me since he was a little guy. So, he's been around and watched a lot of games and practices, so he kind of know what's expected of him. And he been wanting to wear that orange and blue all his life. So now he's there. He know what it takes and what we want from him. So it's already it was instilled in him. So he comes out there, he plays with that passion and that fire that we like to bring,
Yeah.
And a lot of times his numbers don't reflect the impact he has on the game.
Facts.
But he definitely, he played every minute in the Barkley as a freshman last year, except the first 2 minutes of the game. After that, he played 30 minutes in the championship game. I don't even think we subbed. We might have subbed once. But once or twice. But those guys all came back, had a ton of minutes on that stage, and he's playing a lot of minutes this year, so he's only getting better. So I think, we got the team, and him and the team are kind of where we want them to be this time of the year,
That's awesome.
Listen, I watched Trevor put up 30 in the first game of their opener in Brevard, knowing he can do that on any other team, but he knows what was needed of him at Jeff. This kid is one of the best rebounding guards in the city, one of the best defenders, and he's not afraid to get on that floor and get after the ball.
Takes charges. Yeah.
That's just gonna make him a all-around complete player. I watched Naquan Morris hit one of his biggest shots last year in the playoffs. A big three that gave him a lot of confidence.
Oh, you're talking about in the boroughs.
Oh yeah.
Stop still. Yeah.
I'm there and I remember everything. But one guy who's kind of put his place in one of the top sophomores in the city, one of the top players is Jada Swan. What has he brought to Jefferson and the kind of quality person and player that he has become since being at Jeff?
I mean, he's fit right in. Originally he was in our school as a freshman. Then he he left and he came back, and he's from Eastern New York, down the block from the school. So he brings that tough Eastern New York gritty, hard nose in competitiveness. So he fits right in. He's great. He's a great shot blocker. Maybe the best shot blocker, in the city.
He is the best shot blocker in the city, coach.
Naturally,
averaging five, maybe 5 or 6 blocks a game. So he has a knack for that, and he loves to do it. He's good at it, and I think he's maybe 6'5", but his wingspan, is definitely a lot longer than that. He
Iverson arms.
Yeah, he got them Stacey Ogman arms, but he, as you can see, he's fit right in, and it took this team, without Man to start the season with. We had some identity issues, brought RJ in. RJ's been a big surprise and a plus for us, and but we had to kind of find our way, we're losing Poppy and Man and Ant, but I think right now the team is coming around, and we always say we want to be good this time of year. We don't want to be good early. So right now things are coming together, like we hoped they would.
And Coach, speaking of this time of year, looking at the PSAL bracket, you guys, have a bye in the first round, and then I believe you have Stevenson, Francis Lewis, right, Coach?
Yeah, the winner of that game.
That game. Could you talk a little bit about your preparation for those two teams?
Well, right now we working on us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's been a rough week for us, so now we back in the gym. Took some time off, but we working on us right now, and then we go scout that game with those two teams, and then I
Mm-hmm.
think we have. I don't know when the game is because the date is not posted. Then we'll figure out the game plan for those guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up RJ because I think he's been a great addition to the team, and I know in the beginning he hit a little roadblocks in the beginning, but I think he's answering the call on defense, and when he's answering the call, you're happy, all right, and when you happy, he gets to shoot that ball, man, and man,
Well,
you got
it should
two of the
shoot it.
best players in. He got you got two of the best shooters in the city, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
really, the Naquan, and all your guys can shoot because Connor could do everything, right? Connor gonna score from everywhere. John is gonna score from everywhere.
Shots I've ever seen.
But if RJ had his way, RJ stepped right across half and just let that motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying? Like how important of a role as he played and being at Jeff coming from Cardinal Hayes.
I mean, he's been a plus, man. He accepted the challenges on defense, and his body's looking good. He's in a lot better shape than he was when he came in.
Yep.
And that's kind of what you want with guys. You want guys to be in better condition now than they were when they first came in or at the beginning of the season. So his body is looking good. You know, he's committed to defense. He's hitting shots now. He's in a rhythm. Team is in a good rhythm right now. And, you know, we're looking to do some good things.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, Coach, you guys did a good job with the non-league schedule. Can you talk about your view as a coach on using the non-league schedule to try and prepare your guys, not only for your tough league, but for these types of games in different scenarios, different arenas, things like that?
Well, my first few years, you know, my long league schedule, I put too much energy and emphasis on winning those games.
Yeah.
When around 2011, 2012, that non-league games are really not that important. The only ranking that matters is the ranking at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one that matters. Nobody cares who was ranked third, fourth, fifth. No, if you won, you got to the chip, people remember that. So, you know, we play anybody, anywhere. I like to challenge the guys. You know, no matter who the opponent is, it's never a bad loss in non-league because you're always learning from it. Whether you win or lose, you learn from it. Especially if it's a dog fight. You know, what I'm saying our guys been through enough of those prepares for the playoffs. So, you know, even the way we closed out the last few games, you know, I think me and you talked about it, Pooh, that those lead, we're not blowing those leads anymore. You know what I'm saying? We playing at a different pace at the end of the game as opposed to the beginning of the game. And that's, you know, that's what playoff basketball is, possession basketball. Knowing how valuable possession is and the difference between the possession, the first 4 minutes of a game and the last 4 minutes of a game. So I think we at that point now. We understand that, and we know that you have to be in certain condition, and your conditioning and shape plays a big role in defensive stops in that last 2 or 3 minutes as well. Because if you're not in shape mentally, you could definitely make a mistake. So we don't want to we don't want to make any of those like last year in the Barclay. You know.
Great answer, Coach.
we won't go back and visit that. That game between you guys and CTK was a classic, man. Why do you think it's important for Catholic schools to play against the public school?
Because I think a lot of us, you know, we go out of town and play top teams around, you know, all over the country. But I think some of the most important games can be played right here in our city, in front of our fans and our crowds. You know, I think Catholic League is thriving. I think we're thriving. The public school league, you know, look at what Gary's doing over there. Bill has got the most wins in Holy Cross, in the last 3 or 4 years. So he got that program thriving. Gary's in the championship with Nas tomorrow. So these people want to see. I was trying to play Gary Christmas Day this year. It didn't work out. But hopefully he can do it next year. He got his whole team coming. I got my whole team coming back. I want to do a Christmas Day game, like the first day. I mean, the first time ever. That's something I'm looking to do. Hopefully we can get that done next year. But these are games people need to see in our city in front of our fans. Most our fans are not traveling to Miami and California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have enough talent, enough prestigious programs here, to bring the coaches in, to get enough buzz in our city. So it's taking it elsewhere, So I think it's fun to get your team away. That's great for bonding. But we need to kind of have certain rivalries and matchups played right here in front of the town,
Definitely.
And the game at CK was great. I mean, we were supposed to play it in Westchester, but it got postponed because of the weather. But it just so happened they was having that event there, so I called Joe. Let's do it over there, Joe. And he agreed, and it was even better. A lot of people was out there to see the game.
Just Big Pooh happy, yeah. I was waiting at the arena for you, my man.
I was like, yo, this makes so much sense. God loves me. He's like, yo, let's do it right here. So I'm glad because it was a classic. And again, I believe that New York City has a lot to offer, but we get away from that. And before you go in, Coach, it was another question I was connected to that because I want to segue to what you were saying, Coach. Do you think we have enough here in New York City that kids can stay here at home and make it on the next level in college?
Definitely, we have enough here. We have great programs, great coaches. And the basketballs and the hoops in the wood is no different than it is any other places. And if you're good, they'll find you, no matter where you at and where you playing. No matter where you at and where you playing. And and our fans, our fans come out and support us, and and just like any other place. But in New York, it's a lot of games, a lot of things going on at one time. Like the night that we played Eagle at our school, South Shore was playing. Not South Shore, I'm sorry. Nas was playing. I think Christ King at their school.
Yeah, that's what I
was.
There
was two great games going on 5 miles from each other. You know what I'm saying? If we could collaborate and do something where those games are on the same days, I think those games would have been even. The crowds would have been even better. But it was, that was a great day. In Brooklyn that day, a lot of good basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Like, you talked about Gary Irvin, Coach Gary Irvin, Coach Billy Turnage. Last night we saw Albertino go against Jimmy Lynch. What can you say about those guys?
Those
it's a
guys,
great matchup.
Yeah, those guys are legend championship coaches. You know what I'm saying? Gym was packed. The place was rocking. A lot of our kids and players went there to watch the game. I didn't get a chance to, but I'll be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there tomorrow for that championship game. Rooting for Gary and the Brooklyn guys. Because Gary is a PSAL guy. I hope.
Hey, listen. I already know what it is. Salute to Coach Gary Irvin.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. Salute to Coach. Jimmy Lynch as well. I'm just wishing for a good game. Because that's definitely since you brought that up, and I'm just gonna go with it right now. Since you brought that up, Coach, we're just doing it right now before we get into the elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. All right,
because tomorrow, that is our game of the week. Nazareth at St. Francis Prep tomorrow, 7:30. Brooklyn Queens Catholic School Championship game, the trilogy. They both split each other 1-1. And listen, it's going to be a dogfight, so I can't wait.
Yeah, they played well. They both played well yesterday. And you heard Coach, he's pulling for Nazareth. So we'll see. We'll see if the Terriers can answer.
There you go. There you go. So, Coach,
Talk to me.
you know, we got a whole bunch of people in the room on
Ah.
Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You know, everybody gonna be watching this later on, and they're gonna be asking, so what happened? He's not gonna ask the question about what happened. Without getting, too much into detail and as much as you can in the best way you can.
And not in trouble.
Right. Explain to us what happened last week that you guys weren't able to play in the Brooklyn Championship.
Well, there was a
move your hand. I think your hand is on the mic part of the phone.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
There you go.
So, after the game, well, not after the game, well, before while we was practicing, and we get an email. I get an email around 2:45. Actually, it was 2:42. I'll never forget that. I meant to play that number. Email that we've got a complaint from a rival that there was in Jada Swan is ineligible to play. So I was like, wow, 2:42 on a holiday weekend. You guys got to 5 o'clock to produce X, Y, and Z. I'm like, well, everybody that ran out the door holiday weekend on a Friday, we preparing for the championship. We was kind of unprepared for it. And it's sad that that happened because I think we earned the right to be in that championship game, and so did Jada.
Coach, you had sorry to interrupt you. You had 2 hours to try and scramble together information to send back to the league that he was eligible. Just 2 hours.
We only had 2 hours, but they ended up. It just so happened one of the principals was there, Jada's principal, and was there, and they stayed on the phone after 8 o'clock, I think, trying to figure this thing, and they deemed him ineligible for that game, and they were right. It's a box that we assumed when Jada was originally in our school. He went over there, then he came back, and then around November 1st when he came back, those guys over there try to add him to the roster real quick and block him and threaten his moms and do everything possible to keep the kid from leaving, but the kid left. So when they added him to his roster while he was in our school, because they still had access to do so, we filed some paperwork in, like a waiver, like, hey, this guy's in our school, the season hasn't started. So when we filed that waiver request in, we was granted that waiver. But in our school, when a kid leaves in June, he makes sure he had his 5 and 1s, he failed a class.
Yeah.
He has to take that to summer school, but he had his 10 credits, but he only had 4 and 1 in June. So when in February report card came, he had the 5 and 1s, which we assumed he was good, and we filed the waiver in to get him off their roster on our roster. And when he was on their roster, he was active and eligible. So anyway, we assumed that he had the 5 and 1, but that they gave us amnesty for that waiver, but that wasn't the case. So when those guys turned him in, and he was deemed ineligible, so we couldn't play. So it was an oversight on our part. It was right. I don't think they wanted to assess the punishment that they did, but they had to because it was brought to their attention. You know what I'm saying? But they had to do what they had to do. But it's just sad that we go over there, we hard fought game. You know what I'm saying? We win the game. We lose the fight and the game because we leave there, we get a loss. At the end of the game, I goes upside corner head. Then somebody busts me in the head with a water bottle. Then they then your boy over there put the authorities on Nusi, got him in trouble. Now he
all right.
You know what I'm saying? But
we don't want that. I was there. I get it, and I understand people want to hear some more juicy.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I'm just. You gotta give me a chance to, to say what I say. Go ahead. But it's just like, it's just enough is enough. Like, you win a game. Like, what was the difference between, like, we played you a week ago or so before? Turn it, if you got information, turn it in. A week or so, don't turn it in when you lose. And my thing is, the PSL officials were right for the punishment. We accept it. We take responsibility for it. it was an oversight on our part. You know, a few rules have changed, but like I said, we've never had an issue with that because the kid comes at 5-1. You know, we
Yeah.
thought we addressed it, but anyway, we moving forward with that now. But it's just, the ramifications from that game just it seems like it's lingering on from Friday
Yeah.
night to Monday morning, and it's still going on. So I mean,
Yeah.
so far, Jada's been cleared to play in the playoffs. We've been allowed to play in the playoffs, but who knows? Anything can change, man. Another email or something might be sent.
We
You know
don't
what
want to
I'm
put that in the air. We don't want to put that in the air, brother.
Now, Coach, who cleared him? Who cleared him that he's all set with for the playoff game?
Well, the PSAL, we were able to
The
submit
same people that gave the waiver, Coach. The same people that gave you a waiver that he was good to go all year.
Well, yeah, the same people that granted him permission to play early in the year, you know what I'm saying, and explain the rule to us. Like, again, it was totally our fault. It was an oversight on our fault. We assumed, again, he wasn't in our school last year, so we didn't take those steps to put him in position so this doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So so it was definitely an oversight, and and we got called out on it, and they got us. You know what I'm saying, for a little mistake. But the kid's still in good academic standings. Kid had a great report card. I shared his grades with you off the record before. You know what I'm saying? The kid is doing well. Kid excelling. I think we could have been granted some amnesty on that. You know what I'm saying? Being that was a mistake, and being at the time, because how the information was used. The information was used, it was deceitful. It wasn't in good taste to do it after you win. And I don't think it was good to hit us at 240, 242. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, Coach. I think it should have been if you guys were cleared for the playoffs, really nothing, should have gotten in the way of that, even a complaint. I understand it is what it is. And like you said, you gave the PSL props that they had to do what they had to do, but it should be a thing where every team is kind of cleared before the playoffs, so this doesn't happen. Because it ultimately affects the kids, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. I think if any punishment should have been administered, it should have been to the coach, myself, or maybe the athletic director. It should have been something to the adults. The kids didn't deserve to play that game because they wanted on the court. Me personally, if I would have never wanted to win a game to play and play the next day. If I lose, I'm not losing. So now you lose twice in the boroughs. The first team in history to ever do that. I'm not losing on the court and then some ruling I got to go play the next day. I'm turning somebody in, a kid that played for me. How you turning a kid that played for you? Play for you. Came over there with you. You don't hold information on that kid and threaten him and his mother and then turn him in. You don't do that. And where they do that at? Where's this guy from? Where these people from, and where do they do that at? Where I'm from, Pooh, I don't know about you. That we don't do that. I'm never gonna hold a kid. Like, for example, man, Connor leave me. The text is back and forth. It was love. I wish you the best and checking in. Connor needs something. Boom, I'm a cash apple. Connor need an Uber from Jersey. Send him an Uber from Jersey to get home. Like, so if you need me, like, it's all love. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you wanted to leave, but I understand your parents, want the best for you, and they made a decision, you know what I'm saying, you got to live with. But the time we had together, I still put you on the wall. We had great times, great memories, and then you move on. It's just all love. Like, we had 2 great years together. We accomplished a lot together. You move on. Jada went over there. He won those guys a city championship in JV. If you want to move on, you wish him well, and you know what I'm saying, you don't hold no documents on a kid and submit it on that kid like that. You don't do that to a kid that played for you and won you a city championship. Come on, man. That's bad. That's bad. But anyway, I'm over talking about it. It is what it is. We still got a few, hurdles and things to
still in it, right, Coach? You guys are still playing ball. You guys are still playing ball.
Say it again.
I'm saying you guys are still playing basketball, right, Coach?
Man,
you guys
still playing basketball. We still in the fight. You know what I'm saying? We still got some things to deal with behind this stuff that, we still not out the neck of the woods yet, because once you open Pandora's box, they come looking for one thing, find another, then it lingers on, lingers on. So, but again, as adults, we'll deal with that, we'll deal with the ramifications for that, but the kids get to play another day, and everybody's up and running right now. So that's all that matters. And then, like I tell my kids, now when I'm on you about going to summer school, what I'm saying, getting the extra work in, don't go into the summer with a failed class. Now you understand. So maybe it took this to prove my point, what I'm saying, to the kids, and moving forward, I mean, we also learn that you got to watch who you put your kids around as well. Your character is everything, man, and principles, and values. But anyway, but the good part about it, my team is practicing hard. Man is back with those guys. He's in school. When he walked to school, everybody ran out the class. Teachers, everybody happy to see him. I said, yeah, the teachers, y'all happy to see him now, but give him 30 days. They're going to be calling my phone. Bud, come get this kid. Come get this kid, bud. Come get him. Well, I was like, all right, man, I'm going to come get you. But, I'm just happy, man. But, and Man, to go back to Man, I just think about, it's only two people that can coach Man. Me and Jerry Tarkanian. So one is dead. Man, I'm the only one left that can coach that kid, man. So I'm glad to have him back. But I'm calling the guys glad to have him back. And we got the band together for the next 2 years. In 2.5, we got Jada and a couple of sophomore and Trevor and those guys for another 3 years. So, we're going to focus on the positive, and we in the game. We trying to make this run this year. We done been through enough adversity. Now it's time, to turn that pain into a gain, Kids
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, the kids are upset, but I think we over now because, time heals all wounds. But I think we'll be a little better once we can get back on that court, man. It seemed like we even though we didn't play that game on Saturday, it seemed like it's forever since we've been on that court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Here at mid-season like that, like 3 days off, it feels like weeks. I can't imagine how they feel now.
The kids was calling me to get in the gym. They was ready to get back in the gym. They want paid back. They want to get right. I needed three. I needed 3 mental days. I never took 3 days off. Days. I still can't sleep at night thinking about how we didn't get to that chip. But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? So I'm done with it. I'm done with it, man. I say that every day, but I wake up in the morning mad again. So hopefully we gonna get close to we get to our next game. I can put this behind us.
Now y'all see why we rescheduled it for tonight, right? And not today.
Friday, but it wasn't the right time. You know what I'm saying? But cooler heads prevail. And I realized the role myself and and the AD that we played in this. So if you know what I'm saying, when people come look, you gotta have your stuff straight. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing that I said, and that's one thing I commend you on, Coach. I mean to cut you off. That's one thing I'm gonna say I commend you on is taking ownership, right? Taking ownership. Like, you know what? The PSL was right in doing what they did. We should have our stuff together.
I'm Steve, the director. We had a good conversation. And it's black and white, and I argued my case, but again, he was black and white, and I assume. See what happens when you assume. I assume and didn't read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Right. I assume, but I won't make that mistake again, and and we move forward. We move forward from this, and it makes everybody better. I mean, it's like I told him. I know it's hard for those guys in that office to monitor. It's only maybe 20 of them in about 200 schools and about another 600 teams and different sports that they run over there. And, PSL need an office in the Brooklyn AA alone. We need our own office to deal with the issues they're having.
My God, absolutely.
Yo,
not even a Brooklyn
media team, an office.
No, I'm telling you.
They need their own divisions in there. We're going to deal with we're going to deal with Brooklyn basketball. Brooklyn need their own PSL office. We need full-time employees, crisis management. We need all that.
Nah, that's real, man. And I want to big up Coach Hamilton, who had a very good conversation with today. And he takes his hat off to you guys and said, how hard you guys played, and it wouldn't be the same if you guys weren't in the playoffs, man. So salute to Eagle. Salute to South Shore. Salute to everybody that's involved, man. Because I think in order for us to make sure
hey, Pooh, you can't salute the rats, man. Come on,
yo,
man.
Can we stop?
No,
can we stop? Can we stop? Can we stop? Can we stop?
No, we're not going to stop. I'm going to call you out, man. You can't salute the rats.
All right, hold on. This is my platform. Relax. And We're not gonna do that right now. Hold on. We're not gonna do that. All right. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Just chill out, relax. Because I think we have to make sure that it's fair and balanced on our part, right? Because we're here to represent everyone, right? We have to be the voice for everyone in New York City, even everyone in Brooklyn. But I think in order for us to get past this, and for us to even report on good basketball, we need all parties involved.
Strong,
right?
Yeah.
You take away one piece of the puzzle, and it's not the same, right? So we want to make sure. Hold on. We want to make sure that even though I'm giving you this time and this space, me and Coach and I give you this time and space to talk. We don't want to, take it too far and start badgering people.
I didn't think we took it too far because I was coming on before this to talk about the team. It's a lot of positive things going on with Brooklyn. Like you look at like I said, you got the best two teams in the city right in Brooklyn. You got Gary Irvin and those guys. Number 1 seed over there. You got Eagle Brooklyn, defending champs, Brooklyn champs, number 1 seed. I text those guys. Text Gary, yo, congrats, yo, good luck tomorrow. I'm rooting for you. I'm only going to the game tomorrow because he playing. If anybody else is playing, I wouldn't be going to that game. When Kev won the Brooklyn championship, I text him, yo, Kev, yo, congrats, man. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm not a hater. But one thing, what I'm saying, that you got to do also, Pooh, my opinion, this is your platform. I mean, sometimes you got to call out guys. And you got to call out. You got to call them out, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So that's your job. I know you want to be objective, but you got to call guys out. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it at that. And I don't need to say no more. Call them out, man. Call them out. If you guys not playing a tough schedule, they ducking that smoke and they complain about where they fit and how people feel about them and rank them, call them out. You know what I'm saying?
No. We as long as it stay basketball, but I'm not gonna call nobody the R word, right? I just think that's strong allegations on any level, right? Listen. Come, I get it, but I can't do that.
You ain't
get what
gotta,
I'm saying?
You don't have to call him a rat because I know you can't, but you gotta say that was wrong. You gotta admit that's wrong. You can't do that because man, like that's man is your nephew. You know what I'm saying? We talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, things happen. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong, Pooh. You gotta admit that's wrong.
Now the whole world's gonna be asking me, it's like, yo, you related to man? You related to man?
Yeah, you his cousin. Put it in your hand. You gotta be truthful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if your side of the family is like his, but it's a little different. You from the Jehovah's Witness side. Man. You the Jehovah's Witness side of the family. You know what I'm saying? Man,
you're killing me right now.
Warrior side of the family.
Oh,
my. You see that movie, The Warriors, right? I don't think people on here never seen The Warriors. Coach, you ever seen The Warriors?
Yeah.
You seen
back
that?
in the day?
Yeah, that's what
come out and play. Come out and play.
Yeah. But all right.
Yeah.
Say, Coach, when you see wrong, we got to point them out. We got to point it out, Coach. You point out the good. Got to point them out.
No, again, like I said, we definitely want to give you this opportunity to voice your opinion. I don't think it's our job to call anyone a rat and be that vulgar. Right?
No, we don't want you to call rats out. I don't want you to call that. We're not going to use it. We're not going to say it. But when if you see wrong, you're in those gyms. You know what I'm saying? You see things that happen. You should report that. That's part of being a reporter. You can't report the good stuff. When you see wrong done to a kid or to a coach or to a program, you have to call the schools out. Something happened at Jets and we didn't handle it. Call me out. Yo, Coach Bud, you didn't handle that caller. You shouldn't have said that. Boom, boom, boom. You have to call it out as a reporter. You can't just report on the good stuff.
Not at all, but I'll call you and do that because it's a lot of stuff, and you already know there's a lot of stuff in my phone that I just don't share with the world. There's a lot of information I get and a lot of information that I know of that I just won't share because again, we represent New York and we trying to uplift the city. You get what I'm saying?
You don't got to call them out on here, but you call a phone and you call them out then.
Oh, I do that. Right. Trust me. I
Coach, that's
always do.
happening for sure. I'll tell you that.
So text
That's
him.
happening.
So you don't got to call him a rat here, but text him. Put up the emoji rat. Say, hey,
Yo,
text
yo,
him.
all right, yo.
Yo, how you gonna blow the whistle? You ain't the coach here.
Listen. This is
the coach of the ref.
No, this whistle is in honor of the referees, right? We
But
represent all of basketball.
You should blow that to the coach and call, hey, technical foul of the coach for being a rat. Technical foul. Eject them out the game. You're out of here. You're a rat.
Oh my God, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Coach, you trying to get us canceled, my man?
Right. We want other coaches to come on here and voice their opinion. We don't want to turn this into. We don't want to turn this into Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You want to turn and look and now that we're at this moment, right? Now honestly, you know, you've been in this game a long time and you've seen a lot. You've heard a lot, right? You sent guys to D3, D2, big time D1. It doesn't make a difference. You send guys to JUCO. You send guys everywhere. How is important now that we let kids understand that it's okay to go to D2 and D3 because everybody's not going to go to D1.
You know, I'm so glad that you brought that up because that's one of my biggest problems with a lot of kids and my guys and CUNY is great basketball in CUNY.
Facts.
Great facilities, great atmosphere, great college. Players, God hasn't blessed you with that, and that's fine. It's okay. But there's definitely places for you to play in CUNY, SUNY. I think in our communities, we put too much emphasis on guys going high major. But most of the guys that go high major, you know what I'm saying, they end up in a portal. They don't play. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to get these guys a degree and hopefully felony free, and these guys go on to be the next Coach Bud or the next Tiny Martin or the next Billies or the Billies or the Gary Irvins. We need more of these guys right here. You know what I'm saying? We don't need, even though these guys all played major Division I basketball, I don't know any coaches that didn't, but CUNY, SUNY is great for a lot of our kids. CUNY and SUNY is great. These kids put too much emphasis, like, the air gonna come out the ball sooner than later. Like I tell a lot of my kids, I didn't go to the NBA, but my quality of life, you know what I'm saying, in my bank account, in my TDA, and the things that I've
hold on. How about?
Get him, baby.
Yo, let's show some love to that TDA because
TDA,
my God,
man,
let you know.
Hurst taught me that. See, I listened to my coach. Putting that TDA for 30 years maxed out, so life is good. So, but the reason why I say that is my quality of life is probably better than a lot of guys who play professional, made a lot more money than me, you know what I'm saying, throughout the course of life and early in their life. But right now, you know what I'm saying, they don't have that cash. They can't go get their teeth fixed. They can't go to the dentist. Like, you know what I'm saying, people don't understand health care. You know what I'm saying? People need that, benefits. I try to educate my kids, and I share. Hershey's are always talk about TDA. So, when his wife came up for Hershey Day, and I brought that up. Like I learned that like in 7th or 8th grade. So now, 4 years, I'm like, wow, I listen. I'm glad I listened. So I share a lot of this stuff with the kids, like what I make as a gym teacher, what I make during procession. I share that with them. Like, hey, this is, you guys can do this. Because these guys swear I don't work hard. They swear I don't do nothing all day. You think you can go to a day you got man. Oh, you get all these got man. Connor, first of all, man need his own coach. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring Little Nick back. Little Nick who played for me, he's gonna come back and man's personal coach. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of kids need a lot of attention, and I think coaches don't get enough credit because we're not full-time coaches, but that job the coaching consumes you. You do so much with the coaching from 8 o'clock in the morning. People forget. I teach driver's ed. I teach 5 gym classes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of other things that we do in the school besides coaching. But coaching takes a lot of time and energy. Because when a kid needs something or has to do something, they call on the coach phone. I want to start calling the teachers. When them guys ain't paying attention, ain't working hard, in the gym, I'm gonna start calling them up the stairs. Come down here and get your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling them teachers down there. When things are adding up in that court, I'm gonna call them out teacher. Come down here and get your kid, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but back to what you were saying, I think we need to emphasize. I'm trying to do something with CUNY at our school May 18th, and I want my kids to kind of be involved. I want to introduce them to see the people and the great players that went to these CUNY schools. So May 18th, I'm collaborate with my man Will Holly. We're gonna do something at the school.
That's what I was gonna say. That
So
was the next thing I was
want
gonna bring up.
We're gonna have something there. We're still putting together to introduce our kids to the basketball in CUNY. That's why I wish the PSAL, we have more
should bring
events
some
like
other
at
teams,
Brooklyn
Coach.
College. Huh?
Yeah. Said you should bring some other teams, Coach, with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that together. I'm trying to get through these playoffs first. But every time I plan on doing something, I come into an email, and next thing you know, I got a case on me. I'm like John Gotti, the Teflon Don. Yo, you don't even know how many I'm fighting for one school, man. I'm getting so many cases on one school. These guys trying to sink my ship. That's another story.
All right, yo, we don't want too much pressure put on you. Listen, I think no, on the real side, I think there needs to be a connection between PSCL Catholic School League, that there's a pipeline, because there's kids on who are not playing, right? Who probably not getting, even some of the guys who are playing that can go and play some for these CUNY schools, right?
Yeah,
and we have a landmine here in New York, and I don't think it's being taken advantage of like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think we should move around a lot of these games. And we've been at Queens College. I like Queens College. I'm undefeated in there, knock on wood. But I think, but I think Brooklyn College new gym, and Hunter has a nice gym, and City College did they gym over. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to do more stuff in these guys' gyms so the kids can see. You know what I'm saying? Let those guys walk around those campuses. Those guys, they got nice campuses, nice facilities. You know what I'm saying? And we need to promote that. I think the people outside of the basketball community, I think, have a lot of influence on the kids. So I think if they kind of promote the CUNY things, I think the CUNY stuff, I think the kids be a little more receptive. I think the community sometimes, they promote and they talk about this D1 major college stuff too much.
D1 or bust, yep.
D1 or bust, and I think it puts too much pressure on the kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how college is college, no matter where you go. College is college. If you go somewhere and you're not happy and you're not playing, you're not going to be happy. So I mean, that's something that we could do, and hopefully, with the team camp coming up and the PSL, we can get more CUNY schools involved in our team camps, and we could do a better job promoting that and pushing the kids that route.
Now, Coach, I'm gonna say this, and I told you this last year. I know you gotta get through the playoffs, right? Right now, the Catholic
Hold up,
schools.
Pooh. I just realized you got a yellow shirt on. You a Viking, man. Let me find out. You a rat too, man. Let me find out. Man, I'm getting off the phone with you, man.
Is that cheese over there, Coach?
Yellow shirt.
Is that cheese?
Yeah, he eats cheese. You a rat too. That's why you support that guy.
Chill out. They purple and gold. And I wasn't gonna wear an orange shirt because everybody been like, "Yo, you
could have worn
black.
Oh my God.
You're a real splinter. You could have worn blue or black.
I'm a real splinter to the end, baby. You know that, right?
It's hard to tell. You never got the colors on.
But what color you see on the screen? Don't get crazy, man. Basketball head colors right here, man. Basketball head colors. Listen, no. I was saying, like, last year, I was part of the all-star game that we have put on between the Catholic school and public school, and I think more of that needs to be done. What ideas can you just think about stuff that was done in the past to help make our city stronger? And it's not putting a Catholic school against public school, but we had things like the Golden Hoops, the Wheelchair Classic, and all these things that kept the city alive and vibrant. We didn't have to run out and chase the AAU circuit so much. And it's not knocking the AAU circuit, but we did a lot of things in the city beforehand so kids can actually take part and do big things in the city before
Yeah,
leaving
well,
town.
I think things has changed. I think social media. I think shoe companies. And just people with their hand out. Like back in the days, like we got on the train, we played everywhere. So it wasn't that many teams, that many people with money. So when I come with River, if you was traveling, you was on Riverside, the Gauchos. I think the Broncos. I
Chill out.
can't.
Mention the Broncos. That's right. That's right. We was
The
doing it.
Broncos was good, but I don't remember them doing a lot. Excuse me, doing a lot of stuff nationally, getting on planes and traveling, but they were good. So when you went
Right.
to Golden Hoops and you had the Jersey Road runners with the Hurleys and all those guys, and when you had Golden Hoops, you had like those 4 or 5 powerhouse programs. It was a lot of quality on that court. Right now, it's too many teams, too many coaches, too many handlers. It's just too many. So but right now they got the New York thing going on. That seemed to be kind of replacing Golden Hoops. That has a lot of momentum and a lot of buzz. That was good. That's good for the city. But it's just too many tournaments. Like, it's too many, like Gersh Park. It's a lot of big tournaments, a lot of traveling, a lot of like tournaments locally in Jersey. It's a lot of basketball going on. That's why I don't know if the quality is there before like it was, because it's too many teams. Too many. I'm not saying Mr. Lawrence was the greatest coach, but he was loaded from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So when we went out of state, like New York teams, like we rang bells because you got 10 Division I players. Somebody was asking me in high school, how many Division I players? I said I had 6 on my high school team. Every school had 1 or 2.
Facts.
Every school had 1 or 2.
Facts.
Every school. So right now I had 6 on my team. I had 7 guys, 6 guys on my team. But I think it's too many schools, and it's.
Yeah, I do agree. Once you get too many of anything, the quality goes down, right?
For sure.
Definitely the quality goes down. We want to make sure that Coach Burke could charge his phone and come back before we wrap it up. But I think all in all, I think what we was talking about with Tiny, and getting his involvement, right, with our involvement and doing something, right, and just making sure that kids have something inside the city before they get split up and broken up into different segments.
And what you were saying before, Pooh, the league is stronger together.
Yes.
I know you're to make sure we hit that point. I agree.
Yeah.
Coach back?
Yeah. So, Coach, man, before we wrap this thing up and get you out of here, a lot of people in the room. Munch is definitely in the room. We got Gangsta Divas in the room. Eric Kennedy in the room. He said, Coach Lawrence did a great job with my nephew Rasheem Dunn. By the way, Bud was in my middle school league with Robert Phelps.
Yeah. What Coach Gustus said that?
Coach Gustus, that's right.
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, we started
right.
out. Yeah, that middle school league he had at Nazareth. Then he took Rob and those guys over there. Rob was supposed to come to the high with me. Coach Brown's still mad at him. Coach Brown brought that up to me 20 years. I had Rob Phelps, that damn Gustus. Got the Nazareth dog, took him out of the high.
Yeah, I would love to get Coach Brown on here, man. He lives right around the corner from one of my coworkers, and she says next time she see him, she's gonna put a bug in his ear, But yeah, man, those are some different times back then, man, and hopefully we can keep those traditions going. But I think that's a great idea, teaming up with Will Holly and doing something for the Cooney schools so we can keep a lot of these kids local and not lose them to the streets. Because a lot of times once kids finish high school basketball, they go to the streets, and that's the last thing we want them.
They're ashamed. It seemed like they're almost ashamed to go to like CUNY and soon, like that's like taboo. Like these kids are, it's crazy. We need to educate the people around them. Like, listen, man, there's nothing wrong with any type of college. You know what I'm saying? Until you figure out, and it takes kids, right? Seem like kids and teenagers a lot longer. Teenage years seem like they they're moving into the mid 20s and 30s. Like guys seem like they don't mature till they're 30 now. So,
No, that's real.
So I don't know what, it seemed like it's taking them a lot longer to figure this thing out. So anytime they can hopefully go somewhere in a different setting around different people with different mindsets, then for a few years until they figure it out, it can't hurt, Can't hurt.
Yo, young people that's listening, listen up, man, because this is so true. Hindsight is 2020. When you get older, when you get 35, 40, and you look back on your life and you see what you could have done and all the mistakes that you did make, and you're going to regret a lot of those things. I get that from kids now who are now like, 30 years old. They say, Mr. Harding, man, you was kind of hard on us, or coach, you was kind of hard on us, but we see what you said now, and I wish I would have just listened or just took that advice.
Good, cause like we get that a lot, and it's cool, because you don't remember when you were kids, you don't eat the fruit you don't eat the fruit the day you plant the seed. So that means a lot of times they'll leave you in high school, fussing and cussing at you, man, mad at you, but later on down the road, when seeds you planted, they run into different things in life. You made them aware of it. They know how to deal with it. It's not the first time they heard it. To resonate. So that's our job, man. We get the bills and the blame now, and and the kids benefit from it later, but that's our role,
Absolutely.
That's real, man. Hey, listen, Coach, we appreciate you being on. Thank you, man, because you took us on a roller coaster, brother. I know. Hey, Coach, soon we step in that gym tomorrow, everybody going to be on us.
Yeah, I'm going to be on there, too. I can't wait to see what you got on, too.
Huh?
If you come in there with some yellow on, I already know what it is, son. You disrespectful. If I'm on here, why can't you wear an orange shirt if you knew I was coming on here? You should have wore orange. You walk around with orange basketball head hoodies. You could at least have orange out of respect for me. You come in here with, man, I'm getting off the phone with you right now, man. All right, Coach.
Peace, man. Get out of here, man.
Peace, man.
All right, yo.
Coach getting us in trouble, man.
Oh, man. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Yo.
I know. Everybody love everybody, for goodness sake, man.
That's all we trying to do is spread love, man. Coach and I, listen, it's not an easy job to do. And trust me, I know we're gonna catch a lot of flack. We've invited tons of Captain School coaches on here.
Flack for what? For giving someone an opinion to tell us what happened on the Inside Scoop?
No, because I know guys gonna be like, you have the Brooklyn coaches, but we invite other coaches and they don't come on. So we gotta, especially when, and we gotta report on things that's happening, right? So of course,
I mean, people don't know the people that me and you DM asking on the show. I mean, we've been turned down by probably 50 people.
Okay.
I mean, Pooh has somebody on every day. So I'm just talking about High School Weekly. We probably had like 50 people say, I can't really do it. So it's not like we're trying. We're trying to have as many people on as we can. And, Coach Pollard, we wanted him on to have his opinion, kind of walk us through the ins and outs. I mean, there were a lot of questions. So, the rat thing was pretty funny, though. You are wearing yellow.
Listen, hey, yo, you gonna chill out now. I'm gonna blow whistle on you.
I deserve it.
Listen,
I wanted one.
listen. What's so crazy about it is that we just so happen to get the great stories. So that's a plus, and we get a chance to let people come on the platform, to tell their story or tell their side, right?
They listen to you, Pooh, right? That's why they listen in to hear the stories. Inside Scoop, man. We're just trying to share it with everybody.
That's right. So,
Pooh, before we get rolling,
go ahead, Coach.
Game of the week. I want your predictions. You're already in trouble. I might as well pour it on. Who you picking? Nazareth, St. Francis Brett, and Stepanak versus St. Ray's. Who you got winning both of those games?
Man, this is tough, man. This is tough. This is tough for me because,
great teams, great coaches. Yeah.
Like Coach Bud said, Coach, Pollard said, I'm a Brooklyn guy. I know practically all of Coach Irvin's uncles and know Coach Irvin, watched him come up, and but I have major respect for St. Francis Prep
Yeah.
and Jimmy Lynch, right?
I always tell you, it's Jimmy Lynch, man, hell of a coach for sure.
So I'm only gonna give my predictions if you give yours, and we
I
don't really.
will.
All right.
Got you.
So, hey, I got to go with the home team, man. I got to go with Nazareth, man.
Wow. Okay. Now it is a little confusing because Pooh forgets the game is at St. Francis Prep, so a little confusing. But he's going with Nazareth, and as much as I'm a big Terrier fan, I'm actually going to agree. Coach Irvin was fired up. I mean, even when his team was looking really sharp, was all over the guys. Guys looking him right in the eye, focused. His big guy didn't even have a great game against Zavarian, even though he's terrific defensively. And I agree with you, Pooh. We're 1-for-1. I think Nazareth's gonna take down St. Francis Prep.
And listen, the biggest thing I'm going to be watching for is that chess match between Coach Irvin and Coach Lynch.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody will be focused on the games, and the stars already know what each one of those guys could do. But I want to see the chess match between Coach Irvin and Coach Lynch, because I know it's going to be one hell of a chess match.
They both, and Coach Chapman and Coach Arbitello do a fantastic job. But Coach Irvin and Lynch were running fantastic stuff in the semis offensively, especially in the half court, which, Pooh, in crunch time, that's when you need it the most. So
that's right.
They were getting quality looks off of drives between Veer Anthony and Tristan Rogers. Both guys stepping up, and they're going to be terrific to see go head-to-head. But now, who are you thinking? Step, raise again. And
man, this is so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Hold on for a sec. This is so crazy. Let's get to that. Right?
Yeah.
Stepanak rolls over St. Raymond's. They rolled over everyone.
Everyone recently.
Listen, Coach Mass, he does an awesome job. Congratulations on him winning Coach of the Year.
Correct. Very well deserved.
Definitely earned it. Has one of the best players in the country in Boogie Flan. But they just been playing terrific basketball. And I'm not too sure who can beat them.
Their depth alone. The depth alone, the article I just wrote, Can Anyone Beat Stepanak? Their depth just reminds me of those teams like Lehigh. Just so many guys. It's such a wave, and it doesn't even have to be Boogie, It's like when they need him, he can turn it on. They just have so many different facets of a good team that they are so hard to beat.
I think in order for St. Raymond's to beat them, it's going to be a lot, because they're going to have to be on fire offensively.
They're going to have to make a lot of threes for sure.
They're going to have to be on fire. Like, I think Brandon Stores, Taj Turners, all of those guys going to have to be on fire like Boogie Flam was in the city championship.
Yeah, they need those two guys need 50 plus, Pooh. Those two need 50 plus. Rays could score 90 points. It's just, can they score 90 against Step?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Like, when we talk about, and I said this from the beginning of the year, like, can anyone beat Stepanak? Now, again, if Naz beats St. Francis Prep and they got to face Stepanak, I think we're talking a real good game.
You like Nazar's chances against Stepanak more than Ray's?
Yeah.
So tell me why you like.
Because I think because Naz has depth, right? They have he could go into his bench and pull out some players, right? Size wise, athletic wise, right? So I think that's a matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, I think Nazareth's versatility probably makes them a tougher matchup for Stepanak. I would probably agree with you. I think Rays is probably more capable of outshooting them, outscoring them. But in a head-to-head, matching up depth, I think Nazareth could probably give Step a better game.
Now,
be a great matchup.
Now listen to this. If Naz plays Stepanak for the city championship and Harlan Rollins get like 30 and 15 and they win,
wow.
Gary Irvin has an All-American on his hands. And I think he has one anyway, but I think once Harlan realizes how great he can be, but you put him on that stage against a player of that magnitude with all eyes and
correct
so many coaches in the building, he has a chance to take his game to a whole new level.
For sure. I mean, that would be an amazing moment for Nazareth, wouldn't it? I mean, I know the fans of that program would sign up for that in a minute. And, he's also capable of it. I think it'd be a great matchup. I think you're right on the money, Pooh. I think it'd be perfect. And if Naz could have something like that, Hallen could take off as a prospect.
Yes. So, look, I don't want to get too ahead of us ourselves because tomorrow we already know. I will make sure that I'm not even in the stands. I'm sitting at the table tomorrow. Like I don't want to be in the stands because I know people gonna be pulling on me like, yo, what the hell is going on? But listen, hey, what we want to do, we're gonna put it out here right now. Coach Rose, Coach DeClario, Coach Corey Semper, Glasses, Coach, we want to get him on, right? And just everyone and anyone, we're going to be reaching out to y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's High School Basketball Weekly, baby, the #1 basketball show in New York City for high school basketball. This is it right here. Coach, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Hold on 1 second. No, I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to try and get to the St. Francis game. And
what do you mean try? You're not going to beat it tomorrow? Like what? Like I know I couldn't make it yesterday. I had a hot date I couldn't pass up on, but it's all good.
Oh man, you're the best. But yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm super excited. My Lehigh boys couldn't get it done against Mount Verde, but they bounced back against Brewster. Really excited for the Suffolk and Nassau playoffs that are underway. And I hope you guys are Long Island are ready because I'm bringing Pooh out to some games. So you guys better bring it. At Farmingdale State, Hofstra, wherever I'm going to take him, you guys better bring it.
Now, I see that Baldwin, Hempstead. Who else is in that? Right? Is Baldwin, Hempstead.
Port Washington's in there.
Port Washington is in there.
That's in that little top of the Nassau bracket, Syosset. Yeah, it's a
nice. Right. Yeah, right.
That championship game is going to be nice. The top of Suffolk, Bayshore, William Floyd are going to go neck and neck with Brentwood. Is another team that could be in the mix. So exciting times in Long Island, and also the Catholic League wrapping up their regular season. The PSAA on Long Island. Shout out Lawrence Woodmere. For them. So exciting stuff. Long Island is under the playoffs. PSAL is underway. We got Catholic school ball. It's all happening, Pooh. It's amazing. It's the best.
Yeah, we got tomorrow at St. Francis Prep. No, that's Wednesday. Hold on for a sec. Tomorrow you got the championship, right? St. Francis and Naz. Then the intersectionals.
Yep.
Wednesday. You have Iron the Prep versus Avarian. St. Peter's, the winner of St. Peter's and Lachlan will play Christ the King. And then Thursday at Stepanak, you got Holy Cross versus Cardinal Hayes and Malloy and Mount St. Mary's. The winner of that will play Mount Senior Scaling.
And winner go home, right? No
That's
more.
right.
Man. You lose, you're going home. Your season's done.
That's it. That's it. No more, no less.
Yeah, and also want to shout out all the guys that recently got in the CHSAA all league teams, A, AA, A, B, and C. I mean, and B, all those guys that won Coach of the Year. So got to shout out those guys. Congratulations. Awesome achievement.
Oh, definitely. Hold on for a sec. Hold on. Let's give them some love right now. This is the Captain of School B All League team. Jacob Gomez, St. Francis Prep, Sebastian Jackson, Kennedy Catholic, Bukai, Vikai. Hope I'm killing your name. Sorry about that. More Catholic, Patrick Rouse, St. John's Prep, Justin Capelin, Crystal Ray Brooklyn, Marcus Henrys, Sacred Heart, Zaire Macklin, Cathedral Prep, Austin Magi Regis, Cameron Boyd, Sacred Heart, and Coach of the Year, B All League is Coach Kevin Cullen from Regis.
Excellent. Yeah. Also want to shout out two St. Francis boys, St. Francis Prep guys, Tyler Michelle with an offer to Queens College, and Nigel Moore with an offer to Siena, baby.
Woo!
Love it. Terrific two-way guy. So happy for Nigel and Tyler. Two terrific kids.
No doubt. And Double A All League Catholic School Player of the Year, Boogie Flan. First team is and he's from Stepinac, of course. First team, Brandon Storr, St. Raymond's, Dwayne Pierce, Christ the King, Halon Rollins, Nazareth, Braylon Rifto, Stepinac, Kadir Martin, St. Peter's, Kufang Pong, Christ the King. Second team, Josh Powell, Malloy, Adam Ninjai, Cardinal Hayes, Via Anthony, St. Francis Prep, Todd Turner, St. Raymond's, Nazir Rodriguez, Monsignor Scaling, Lucas Murillo, Iona Prep. Third team, Danny Carbuccia, Stepinac, Elijah Small, Malloy, Osama Sako. Not going to pronounce it right. My bad, Big O. We're just going to say Big O. St. Francis Prep, Johnny Keenan, Iona Prep, Jacob Moreno, Holy Cross, Brandon Margolin, Zavarian, and Coach of the Year, Coach Patrick Mazzaroni, stepping at.
And I'm guilting him to come on the show. Slowly wearing
Coach, we need you, Coach. Come on the show. Come on the show.
Wearing him down, Coach. You know, he always gives me all the information on the league for the playoffs. Does a great job with that. So definitely shout out, Coach.
No doubt. You said my guy CK from up top said Kingston is likely favorite of the Section 9 class AAA. Merrimack or White Plains in the Section 1. Conley in Section 2. Elmira Section 4. Liverpool in Section 3.
A lot of big time programs on that list. So if those guys are the favorite, a lot of good schools there. A lot of quality guys.
That's it. Well, listen. Another great show, Coach.
We survived, Pooh.
Even with my yellow shirt on, which I got killed for.
I appreciate you taking the shots tonight. You know, I appreciate you taking the shots. And I appreciate you keeping Coach in line, man. He's a riot, man.
he just wouldn't stop. I'm like, yo, fam, we can't keep the name calling. But hey, listen, we're about to get out of here. Hey, yo, Coach, man, always appreciate you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, my man.
No doubt. Peace.